you say the pledge of allegiance stuff they do. So,
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
this is the agenda we put together for this. Any board members have anything to add to it?
No.
Good. Okay, first item is, road rehab discussion. I know I've mentioned this at meetings prior. We're working on something with this. It's just here, it's handed out. Jack and I and Dave had worked on it. And then, Dave and I got together the other day, compiled all the numbers and rechecked all the numbers and stuff and made sure everything was correct. I also went around with my truck on Sunday and checked the mileage on every one of these roads that are checked off, and they all check out. So there shouldn't be any mistakes as far as accuracy on the mileage and the yardage and stuff. So the first page is the list of roads. It totals about 14 miles that road foreman and the foreman manager came up with that needed attention the most. The situation we're in is there's nothing, everybody wants the roads graded, but there's nothing to grade. You're down to rocks and sticks and ledge and very little gravel. We found that out, evidence, when we did the under drain work this year. Some areas where there was gravel is because there's been mud holes they've been dumping in for years. It'd be a fair amount of gravel there, but other than that, we just, 3-4 inches, and then you'd be right into rocks and ledge, and so it's very evident that we need to do something to get the roads built back up. I don't know, it must have been, it was back when I was on the board before, so it's gotta be 8-9 years ago that we had an engineer testing, test materials from 4 different locations to see which one would work the best. And the granite was heads and tails above everything else as far as wear and stability, and we've used it on Hebert Road and South Hill Road for sure. And since we've done that, we haven't really had any mud issues in the spring, I think, that I'm aware of, or nothing major anyway. And it seemed to work well. The thing with it is you gotta put more than you normally would with calcium chloride in the summertime to keep the dust down, because it's a little bit dustier than the crushed ledge, but not in gravel. But the wear factor on it's a lot better. So that's why we went with that. And it's about, if you look on the second page, it's 14 miles of road, 24 feet wide, 9 inches thick is what they recommended before. That seemed to work well. Inch and a quarter crushed granite, what it was recommended before. And it would take 49,000 cubic yards to surface 14 miles of road at 24 feet wide. The biggest expense is the top number of 823,200 for the crushed ledge material. It's going to take approximately 2 months to do this job. We figured renting another grader for a month and a half and using the town's grader as well. Then a couple months on a roller rental, and for the most part, it would take the town's 2 tandems plus hiring 2 other trucks, triaxles to haul with them. Some areas might only take 1, like Tower Road, and it was closest to Northeast Materials. Then maybe you get out farther, like on Flit Road or something, may wanna get a fourth truck, you know, so we got enough in there to cover that. Then, you could speak to the calcium chloride, they're gonna deliver that direct, put it down eventually into the,
On the longer roads like Baptistry, Flint Road, we're working on, gonna get me, see if they can get me a better price to have them come spray it with a tractor trail truck, which would be the optimal way to do it, rather than trying to do it at 1,000 gallons at a time with my truck and roller.
certainly would save a lot of time.
Yeah, and they do that for various towns that don't have chloride trucks, and so it's all states construction now. Bought Gorman Brothers, and it's my Gorman rep now works for all states, and he just has to deal with the all states people to get me pricing on it. This price here is us doing it at our current price per gallon that we're paying right now.
Good. Okay, then, next item was for culverts, there's some culverts that need to be replaced in some of the areas. So we got that budget number in there for that. Then we got a miscellaneous labor item in there for someone to run a roller or stake out, or maybe flag, and certainly means just, you know, some intersections, we're gonna have to have somebody there to direct traffic a little bit, so got some numbers in for that. So the whole total, it comes to $998,200. And the best rate we got on borrowing that money was through the Vermont Bond Bank. We get the money at 2.9% for 10 years. The total interest cost would be $140,215. Right now, that amounts to, over 10 years, about $14,000 a year. Dave and I were talking back and forth on it, we're probably dumping at least $30,000 worth of our highway money into mud holes in the spring and messing with those. This would eliminate a lot of that. So, what we save on dumping in the mud and messing the roads up, getting to where you gotta dump stuff in the mud, more than cover the cost of the interest on this loan. And,
If they're done properly too, your grader ain't gonna have to be out there as many times this summer to
got something to
fix
work with.
potholes, because right now you can't grade to the bottom of the potholes, cause you're in 3-inch stone, you're pulling up 3-inch stone, and, so it's out there more times a summer fixing that stuff.
So, I mean, this is probably the boldest thing that's ever been done, proposed by the town, but we're at the point now where we're never gonna catch up any other way. Rodney?
So, before you resurface these roads, you should grade it one time to the bottom of the potholes, to the bottom of the washboard, even if you dig up rocks.
Yeah, I agree with that, yeah.
Because if you just put surface over the top of them, they're gonna be back within a year,
Right.
if not sooner.
Cut them out and then roll it in good, and then put your top on.
And is there been any consideration of doing more paving to hold these roads once they get them fixed?
No, not with the cost of paving. I mean, first this would be the first step before you think about paving, but you should probably be putting more material than this if you're gonna pave something. I mean, usually
Paving right now is basically $1 million a mile.
18 inches is usually the minimum base for paving. We'd have to double this amount to make it right for paving, but any specs I've seen on any job is always 18 inches to 2 feet. I've never seen less than that.
Well, my only concern is, as I've said before, I mean, I just like South Hill, because that's the one I'm most familiar with. Is the traffic has increased tremendously,
Right.
and the size of the traffic, the weight of the traffic, you know, you put granite on it the last time you rebuilt it, and it's gone. And so what's the plan to keep it there in the future?
No, you can't keep it there. You lose an inch of road surface a year just from Mother Nature. Rain, wind, you know, Mother Nature, and then when you grade it, you lose more too. So you can't keep it there. The only thing you can do is if you can get it brought up to where it should be, you can add a little bit here and there and keep it, you know, brought up. But we're so far behind right now. The combination of the flooding, we threw roads back together, and yes, we did the ditching, we did the drainage well, but we never put good, you know, enough material over the top of the stone that we filled the ditches and the washouts with.
I understand that. But problem is, you probably struggle to get those storms.
And it's very possible. We got no control over that
Hopefully
for
not
sure.
year after year, but we're gonna get them.
Or 2 in 1 year, or 3, whatever.
Out there, we go hunting in Indiana, pretty much 90% of the roads are paved out there, but they're narrowed right up. I don't even think they're 18 feet wide.
That's the way it is in
If you meet
Tennessee.
somebody, you gotta slow down and
Down in
it
Tennessee
keeps the
where my
traffic
mother is,
going, I tell you.
They're 20 feet wide, but they're all blacktop. There's no dirt roads.
I mean, we'd have to, if we were got the point where we thought we were gonna pave them, we'd have to probably narrow them up some to everybody able to afford it.
We're still
Some
gonna,
of them is done.
we're still gonna work on paving grants. I still wanna do, I wanna do the Chelsea Road, the whole length of it like it was at some point. It's a pain in the butt for the truck to go up there with salt, and then that same truck gotta go back up there with sand, you know, but that was, last year, that was $1 million for that mile of road. To bring it, do the drainage work that it needs and bring it up.
Where it's paved now serves most of the people in Williamstown.
Yeah, once you get to Stellar Road, there ain't a whole lot past that.
You're just fixing it for other people past that point, so I mean,
It was blacktop though, one time.
it was, yeah. It was so broke up that you couldn't grade it, it was easier to take it out.
That was way before my time, I guess.
So anyway, this is something we put together.
Yeah.
I don't expect any decision on this tonight, but need to think about it. If somebody's got any better ideas, we're all up to listening to it, but I don't, like Dave said, there's a situation we're in, or we can't catch up with the rate we're doing it, we're just never gonna, never go ahead.
Right, I'm assuming that these prices are like crushed granite, that's Northeast Materials.
Yep.
Local, and then the calcium was Gorman Brothers, which is all states I know. They also bought J. Hutchins out west.
Yes, I did.
There was three, we got a couple banks, like one was M&D Bank, or,
Yeah,
and, there was one other
Community
one.
Bank.
Community.
Yeah. But this was, the bond bank had the best rate.
Yeah, M&T and was 4 something and Community was 5 something.
Yeah.
Bond Bank was the best deal.
2.9%, pretty hard to beat.
Yeah, no, this has definitely gotta be done, that's for sure. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, before
And
any
a
talk
lot of these
about
roads
paving.
that we're talking about doing aren't full 24 feet wide, you know, as we know. So if it works out that there's money and material left, we're gonna try to continue on with the rest of the list that's on your paper that you have there that's not checked off.
Oh, I see there's a couple missing, but on that note also, now, if I've remembered hearing things, class 3 road or class 2 road, which would be,
Chelsea Road,
Chelsea Road.
Granville Road, and Falls Bridge Road are class 2.
Right, okay, so all the dirt roads are class 3.
Yeah.
To properly list those as class 3, they gotta be 24 feet, right?
Right.
Right? Well, I think we probably ought to work
Well,
on making them 24 feet wide.
There's,
Some of them aren't. It doesn't have to be, it depends, but
Well, that's
If-
dirt
if-
up at Wasson
if somebody was
last
gonna
time
make
when
a new
we were
one,
talking
especially-
about road widths, so.
somebody's gonna make a new one, they have to follow that standard.
yeah, cause there's some of these roads where the ledges are on both sides and there's no
No, I
way we
get
could
it,
ever
I get
afford to blast or
Right,
dig
and
it
if it
up.
comes down to paving, I think it's gonna get brought up again, and I'm curious to, was it 1971? That, gentleman, what's his name? Horace,
Or do,
said that was actually
oh, for Hebert
the
Road.
town
Yeah.
to bid and agreed and voted on paving Hebert Road from one end, and it has not been done, but if it's on the book somewhere, it's gonna get brought up again, not saying it's a bad idea, but that's,
It's like Falls Bridge Road.
and no more ripping up like Adams Road.
Falls Bridge Road is blacktop's 22 feet and then it's actually 2 feet of apron on both sides, so.
Well, it's still part of the road,
Yeah.
so,
The 11-foot travel lanes.
so. But back to this, yes, absolutely.
I'm assuming there's paving grants that towns can apply for each year.
Yeah, and we apply for them every year, and 2 years ago, we got one, and that's what we used to finish Falls Bridge Road.
Yeah.
This last year, they didn't give out any paving grants, the state didn't, I don't know, if it was because of the federal lockdown, I don't know for
Well, those-
sure what did happen, but,
Those paving grants only go on to class 2 roads.
Yeah.
You know,
So that could be like Chelsea.
Chelsea,
Granville.
Granville, and Falls Bridge Road.
Okay.
I don't believe we have any other class 2 roads. Those are the 3.
Okay.
and see, I always thought South Hill was a class 2 road, but it's not, it's a 3-run road. According to my state.
So any paving that gets done other than the class 2 would have to come directly out of the town. So, this, obviously, this amount of money would be a warning at an Australian ballot at town, be voted on at town meeting. So, we've got a little bit of time. When do we have to have all the stuff in for the,
I believe the end of you need to have the warning done by the end of January. Usually I sign off on it on the 26th, about the same time petitions are due.
okay, so we got some time, so you guys think about it. People, what's been put in it. Talk about it again, we'll put it on the agenda next select board meeting in January 12th, I believe it is. Finalize it at that point, baby.
So this would be an article that you would be voting on, correct?
What's that?
It would be a yes or no question.
My husband spent my. Sorry.
Okay, so yes, it'd be a separate, it would be an
Separate
article
article.
that we'd all vote yes or no.
Okay, one other thing on this, this is based off from the town crew, other than the tanker coming in for the chloride of the town crew doing this, or a couple of hired trucks, obviously,
Fire truck.
but not subbing it out for a company to come in.
That's the other thing that you'd have to understand, is basically it'd be 2 months of the town crew not really doing anything but that. Because you gotta have basically 2 grader operators, a roller operator.
No, that's all
Two-
fine and dandy as
two
long
truck
as the
drivers.
rental grader is actually operating. We haven't had real good luck with that the last couple of years.
So that's the other thing that it will entail, is you're gonna have basically the whole town crew, on those roads, doing those projects for 2 months.
How many grader operators do we have currently,
One.
Dave?
One actual operator and one in training.
Is that yourself included in one of those?
I'm not even including myself in there.
Suppose we get Jim back for this project?
It has been talked about.
Okay.
And this would basically.
He'll be tired of retirement by then anyway.
The problem with Jim is he can only spend 3 days a week in the grader, and he has neck and back issues, and from, looking down, and, it bothers his neck and back, so.
That's all good. We've got a couple of young bucks on
Yeah.
board. Send them to grader school.
Yeah.
No
And we
better
do
way
have-
to teach
we
them
are-
is get in the seat and do it.
The one that, Justin, who's running grader now, he's not excellent, but he's doing a very good job. He's been to grader school. He just never got the opportunity at Berrytown to run grader, because Tom Bailey is their grader operator, and that's that. And Tom doesn't like anybody else in his grader. So he's been running it now this is the second summer. He ran the second grader when we rented it in the spring last year, and this year he ran the grader mostly because Chris didn't wanna run grader, he wanted to run excavator, but he's doing a good job, he's learning, he's picking it up good, and then I've got 2 new guys that will both go through the grader class and get trained.
Well, sounds like a good opportunity to get some seat time and hour time, cause you're never gonna get good unless you do it.
No, and that's exactly it, I did the school,
You can start off with a,
and I can go out and I can grade a road.
Lighthouse
I'm not
road.
gonna make, it's not gonna be great, but I can go grade a road if I have to.
well,
I can lay out material if I have to.
well, you may have to.
Yep. Yeah, cause there's only 5 of us total, so.
That's right.
So this.
It's all
this-
good.
This cost would basically be $100,000 per year to the town.
Uh,
I mean, it varies, but.
Well, you see these two on the bond bank on the way far right side,
Yep.
the first year payment would be $122,725.
Yeah.
Then for
Down, then
some,
it goes down from there.
goes up to 124, then it starts going back down.
Yeah.
But the total amount over the life of the loan, the 10 years, is $140,000, so it'd be like $14,000 a year.
Yeah.
You'll see, when we get into the highway budget, we put a line item in for $125,000 to pay for the bond payment.
Gotcha.
But that could actually be reduced down to 114 or 15,000 by these numbers. We're gonna have to dip into the reserve fund a little bit the first few years, but after about the 5th year, it'll be less, so it'll all even out at the end. So, I don't know. Jen did you ever get some numbers on what it would cost?
No,
Thank you.
Was you gonna figure out how much, we'll have that for next meeting, say like a $250,000 home, assessment,
It
how
was,
much,
I did it on 1.2 million, Jackie and I did, and 1.2 million was gonna add 3.5 cents to,
that's the tax rate, but
Yeah.
that's what I was trying to figure out. People seem to understand it better if if average homes taxes
how much.
based
how
on
many-
250,000.
Yeah, I had that written down
It's gonna
too, I
cost
just don't
them-
have that on the top of my head. But that was on 1.2 million, it wasn't on a
It's
million.
like Jackie said at one time, it was somewhere between $50 and $75 a year. But don't hold me to that, but just, so, anyway, Jen's got the numbers and she's gonna figure
Yeah.
that out for us. So we'll have that for the January meeting, so. Basically, I don't know, we're all open to other suggestions, anybody coming in with better ideas? I mean, I don't possibly see in the conditions the roads are in, how we can just keep, unless we jack it up to put $250,000 a year in to make any difference that would ever catch up, other than biting the bullet going this route. And like we said, the $14,000 in interest a year, you're just wasted in the mud holes now. So, I mean, it's just gonna end up money ahead, I think.
And it's enough material so that Northeast Materials is gonna give us a better deal on it than what we're paying right now if we just go get 10-wheeler loads to go dump them on our roads.
We ain't done beating them yet.
No, we're gonna be done more, but
That's a lot of stuff. So,
Yes, it is.
anybody got any questions on
I
this?
know where Joe lives.
Okay.
I think it's about $88 for,
Yeah.
for the 250,000
How
home.
much is it?
About $88.
$88?
Yeah, it's like 87.50, but
I gotta believe all these people like, Tower Road and all them places would probably, it gets in the spring, you can't even have school buses get to their house, they stop the school buses. Anyway, time will
Well,
tell.
thank you. Good information.
Next item is a budget review. Now, we'll go over the highway first, so Dave can get out if he wants to. We got the highway revenue, put the glasses on so I can see what I'm looking. The highway revenue, the top side, highway operations. You wanna explain this a little bit, Dave, as you go along?
Yep, basically all the highway operations, the cost of everything has gone up, from the grader bits and the plow blades and bolts and nuts and oil and filters, it's all gone through the roof, so I have tried to go up. If you look at the actual on stock supplies this last year, we spent $4,000. I'm trying to cut that back the best I can, but I need to bring up the 2,500 that I had a little bit, so we bumped it up to 3,000, which is very minimal. And all the way down through, salt went from $89 a ton to $108 plus a ton this year. So we had to bump that up. Erosion stone went up, prices for erosion stone went up because of so much of it was used during the flood that I guess Pikes and Old Northeast and McCullough, they all raised their pricing. Crushed gravel crushing, we hadn't had a crusher in our pit since 2022. This year I was able to get the crusher, it was up to Berrytown, up in the pit behind us. I was able to get him to come down and crush 3,000 yards of gravel for me. It was $30,000, that's gone up. Our gravel pile down there that we use for fixing roads and filling mud holes has gotten very depleted. We were able to bring it back up a little bit this year, so that's gone up a little. Maintenance, equipment maintenance, oil filters, all that stuff has gone up, so we bumped that up just a little bit. Rubber tires have gone up, we had to bump that up a little bit. We actually lowered our diesel fuel because we had, pricing kept going up and up and up. And now we are able to get our locked in pricing ahead of time enough so we're not so worried about it. So we actually cut that back just a little bit. I think we'll be plenty okay with that. Down underneath the highway reserve accounts, we're gonna leave basically that all, we're bumping up the equipment reserve because we're gonna end up, we have a 10-year-old 10-wheeler that's gonna be needing to be replaced. And bumping it up a little bit, plus with what we have going off, I think the grader is paid for this year completely. Next year, I believe it's the loader or the 2 little trucks. So that'll drop it down, so we might be able to do something about a 10-wheeler. The road rehab fund, we'll leave that right alone. If we can add this bond payment to it as a separate line item, if that's what they decide to do. at town meeting day, or if the select board decides to put it through.
That line may be able to come down to 114 or 115.
Yeah, that could be played with, but that would be a separate line item on its own.
But we had to have something in the budget to cover it, because we won't know what the outcome of the vote's gonna be till after we have town meeting, so. I can vouch for the truck increase, equipment increase. We bought a new triaxle dump truck 5 years ago. It cost $185,000. We just bought another new one this year. 5 years later, it cost $285,000. Went up $100,000. So they're
Oh, I know.
adding 20,000. That isn't too much for sure. We're gonna have to replace it from there.
We put on 40 new trucks in the last 2 years. At $250,000 a pop.
So, I mean, basically, that's my highway budget in a nutshell. I've been very careful the last few years, because I know what it's like with the increase in the taxes because of the school, in town. I live in Berrytown, it's the same thing there, we pay the same thing basically, and everybody's hurting, so.
As far as salaries and stuff, we went everything straight across the board. For everyone that works for the town, it was $1 an hour increase. For the highway crew, the clerk, treasurer, manager, and all that stuff. So it was all the same, just keep it straight across the board. That comes out to less than 3% for average pay, so it's in line with the inflation rates. Insurance went up quite a bit.
Yeah, insurance has gone through the roof.
There's some things we just can't do much about.
And we did add in a seasonal employee for the summer. We've had that the last 2 summers, which has helped us greatly. Just having another truck driver to do the ditching, somebody just to do ditching with the excavator and a truck, and then the 2 10-wheelers running. We don't pay the guy a lot, he's just part-time, and so we did add in a little bit in the salaries for that.
On the health insurance side, Dave, went from 48 to 84. Did some people, new hires, not have insurance?
Both Jimmy and Chris Wade opted out, they had insurance through their wives, and they're both basically off the insurance, you know, that's gonna go away, so the 2 new people that we hired had to go on the insurance because they don't have that access, so that's why that went up so much.
So that'd be roughly a $33,000. It's about 16,000 something per employee for
Yeah.
insurance. So. With the road rehab bond money included in it, $125,000. The actual increase from last year is about 16%, but we had the surplus of 118,000, we pulled it back down to like 0.66%,
Yeah.
66%, so.
0.66?
Yeah, that's what we did.
Oh, yeah, I got you. Okay. Yeah.
I went over this, with Jackie and Dave both. I don't see any big numbers we can grab out of it. It's gonna amount to anything, really.
Just one question I had is, under highway revenue, use of town equipment. This is the first year we have a budgeted, as someone using our equipment. Every year has been $0. This, fiscal year 27, it's saying 118,650.76. So are we loaning our equipment out to other people?
That 118,000 was a surplus.
That was a surplus, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. They keep changing the original document said use of town equipment, that's,
The surplus prior to year.
okay.
We don't.
Okay, that's why my question was, one of the documents said town equipment used, that's why, okay. No change here, okay,
You almost got me on that one, Tyler.
well,
Yeah, so surplus prior year.
yeah, it didn't originally though, that's the
Oh,
problem.
Okay.
I don't know of any,
Okay, I just wanna make sure,
right, no, it's all good.
it's good that we have a surplus.
You had a question, Rodney?
Did, I had a comment. So, as we all know, the roads have gone bad over the last number of years. And one of the things that historically the select boards have done is tried to nickel and dime town budgets, because we knew the school budgets are gonna go up.
Yeah.
Schools don't give a crap about us taxpayers, and I'd like to see a smooth road to drive on as I get older and my back hurts and other things, and, I just soon, I don't have a problem with putting all my money into the highway department to get these roads fixed up. Because the school's gonna go up and they don't give a shit, so.
Well, that's traditionally the way it works, is the municipal budget, highway, fire, water, sewer, it doesn't go up squat 3% a year, if that, for everything. That frickin' 14% school budget is what kills,
Everybody.
and, most of the taxpayers, I'm not saying all of them, but most of them, they would like to see the roads a lot better, but they just can't afford to pay both, and that's why we try to be as careful as we can, but
What,
But they've never defeated a highway budget, or a general fund budget. In the last 2 years, they've defeated school budgets the first
well,
time around.
they definitely need to do more of that.
And they need to do more of that.
We were talking at the shop today, maybe we ought to raise our budget up like 24% and then knock it back to 12 and they would love it.
Don't get carried away.
Well, I
Calm down now.
really think if we can sell this bond, it's gonna help a lot.
It's gonna make a difference.
It's the only way we're ever gonna get ahead. It's so far behind now, we can't keep up.
If
As we
you can
really
get these
raise,
roads up to stuff, yeah, it's a 10-year bond, but you get 5 years of being able to use the road rehab fund for other roads, and so you can try to keep up with it, providing you don't have floods and,
in order to make any noticeable difference, you'd have to triple up rehab reserve. And that would spike your taxes about 30% on the highway side. So ain't nobody gonna like that for sure. I mean, this would spread it out. We get the work done, save money after the fact. And spread it out over 10 years.
well, it's not gonna be any cheaper if you wait and do it next year. If you wait and do it the year after that, it's definitely not gonna get cheaper, so.
And we never, it takes so long to catch up. We'll be back redoing the stuff we did a couple years ago by then. William?
Yeah, I just have a question. You said something about part-time work in here somewhere.
It's in the salary
It's in the
budget.
Because one thing that I'm learning with the fire department, when it comes to, working incident scenes on, where we're keeping stuff on the roadway and stuff, we're required to have traffic control. And I just wonder if maybe instead of hiring another truck driver, that you gotta look at hiring traffic control, especially when you're doing these projects, these road projects, because I don't know how many times I've come, when you guys are ditching this summer on South Hill, coming around the corner by Cubby's, and you got equipment in the road and nobody directing traffic, and I just wonder, cause we have the insurance company come over every so often to do traffic control training with us, and it seems like we would be very liable, the town would be very liable if, you know, two cars collided.
So let me ask you this, was there road work that had one lane road that had signs out? There wasn't.
No,
That's weird, because I took them up and set them up on South Hill.
there's once in a blue moon, I'm not gonna say there's never any up once in a blue moon, but I just, that's all I asked with the insurance, you know, how it would work if two cars collided when you guys are working in the road. You might be clear, nothing on the town, it's always something that I worried about, on all aspects of both you guys and with the fire department, so that's my 2 cents on the part-time employee. That might be more beneficial to have somebody, even just one guy doing the stop slow in the middle, so that you, but it might be worth checking to see where we stand on if that were to happen.
Well, if the signs aren't out, there's an issue. If the signs are out, that should cover the issue, as far as liability wise.
I
But,
know it doesn't with the fire department, because we put out the signs too, and it doesn't,
but
So
nobody
they
follows
say.
the signs anyway,
yeah,
so.
that's true too.
Probably, the end of South Hill is probably the fastest traffic as far as traffic goes. And, Chelsea Road, other than that, is out in the boondocks pretty much. I mean, as long as you put a good sign package up every day. I mean, you can't fix stupid, what you do, but. If you drive by 3, 4 signs, you just crash, I mean.
So when we did Salisbury Road, we had 12-foot square road closed ahead signs that they were driving by. And you ask them, did you turn them around? Oh, well, how come? How come the road's closed? Well, there's a grader and a dump truck right in the middle of the road, you can't get by. Didn't you see the sign? Oh, I didn't see no signs.
Okay, well, I know.
But you steal a road sign and a stop sign, people know it.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Dave, I'm just curious, like, with the bond thing, besides refinishing these roads, if we're gonna go with a bond, is there some others, like, say if we do wanna, instead of $1 million, we wanted to take $1.25 million is there any other road stuff? I know we've done a bunch of ditching, that's all pretty good, culverts, whatever, is there anything else you guys can think of that?
Well, we're still gonna leave the road rehab fund in place that we have now.
Yeah.
So they can, you know, like Dave said, they can touch up roads here and here. And we've done quite a bit in the past, but it's been 10 years doing it.
Right.
And this is gonna do about 4 times more than that in 1
Right.
year, so.
Well,
But
we got,
is there anything else besides the refinishing that still needs to get done,
There's
short
no-
of
there's
paving
no
everything?
major projects that really need to be done, there's a bunch of little stuff. There's still a lot of ditching that needs to be done, there's still guardrails that need to be replaced and repaired. That were on the list this last summer that didn't, we just ran out of time to get done.
Yeah.
And with the road rehab budget, you know, the plan is to work on them, pick them off a little bit too, so. Some of the culverts that need to be replaced are on these roads, and they'll have to be done before the road is, and there's some ditching that'll have to be done on these roads before the project starts on them.
Yeah.
Definitely, there's some trees that need to be cut, and we have a budget now for tree cutting, because the planning commission was getting money every year to get trees cut, and there's nobody on the planning commission that was cutting any trees. So it just didn't make any sense for them to have it, it was,
We shifted that over to the highway, right?
right, right, so,
Yeah.
But as far as big projects, we still get our Better Roads grant. We have to pick a project every year for that. We do that depending on the size of the grant, what sections of roads we work on.
Okay. Yeah, I just think, you know, if with the bond, if you say, hey, well, we have whatever 1,000 feet of trenching and 3 culverts and 20 trees we gotta cut, you know, throw in an extra $50,000 or whatever into the bond if you gotta do that stuff first anyways before, you know,
Well,
50 grand out of.
part of the thought process is try to keep it somewhere near the line so it'll pass.
Yeah, I know.
And we don't wanna pay interest on something that, you know, if we can use what we get every year anyways.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. New to this, I'm still.
I don't know what we're gonna do if it don't pass, we're just gonna have to keep muddling along again, but I guess. Anybody else have any questions or answers on this road rehab thing? The highway budget?
Well, this one, I mean, again, I'm very new to budgets as well myself, but like roadside mowing, we're budgeting $11,000, and the fiscal year budget was $155. So why are we keeping?
That's not, the 11, it costs, I rent a roadside mower for a month
Yeah.
every year, and that roadside mower costs $11,000.
Okay.
So I'm not sure how that got,
I'm just,
At
that's
that.
just how it's in there. Okay. Because unfortunately, this year, I mean, last year's budget, we knew what the quarter was for the fiscal year 26 budget, and we don't know that. That wasn't given to us this time. I'm just saying, the actual, what we were given, the budget of 2025 was 10,000, and then the actual was 155.83.
Where are you reading this?
It's roadside mowing. I just wanna make sure, like,
Second section on the
if,
first
again,
page.
if there's those sections that, like I'm, one thing that's really nice, and I don't know how you're spending less, but it's good. Down for internet, that went from, because I'm sure we're not spending that much, it went from $2,000 budgeted last year to $1,000 budgeted this year. And I'm guessing it's because the town's not spending near $1,000 for internet.
I might be wrong, but I think that year that it didn't have any was the year of the flood.
Okay. Okay, and that's what I just wanna make sure that we're,
I don't think we did any roadside mowing that
cause like
year.
Rodney said, if there's places, if there's some fat to trim,
Yeah.
but there's gotta be an issue anyways, Larry, because under equipment rental, that's where we rent the grader. And the grader was $11,000 this last year, and we paid CR rentals $11,000 for grader rental, so I'm not sure where the actual two million.
What line item are you on there?
It would be underneath the 03s, and it's, 4 up from the bottom, just
Yeah.
above the passive and property
yeah,
casualty.
it said $284, and
Yeah.
it was budgeted for 10,000.
There's an issue with those two somehow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just skimming through and seeing where. I mean, the budget, if my math is correct, and again, I'm just using Excel, it's a 5.84% increase from last year. Which, like you were saying, compared to the school budget is nothing.
Yeah.
But that's, because the budget of 2026 was 1,550,885, and this year is 1,641,475.50, which is
Well,
5.84%.
it would have been more than that if we didn't have the.
Oh, of course.
18 to inject into it, to
Yeah.
bring it down.
Yeah, of course, yeah. But it's still,
Right, no,
and no, trust me, the health insurance, I don't think it's just because of the employee, I mean, part of it's the employees, but I think everyone's health insurance has gone through the roof, which we have probably zero control over.
right.
So how do we remedy those two actual?
I don't think there is a remedy to it, because I think that, I know, as far as the mower goes, I don't believe we did any that year, cause of.
Right.
Yeah.
Most of the roads
Well,
are
we
washed
weren't
out.
able to rent a grader that year either, so this, if this is going back, cause your fiscal year is 24, 25,
Right,
26, 27, right? So that's why that's there, because that was the year of the flood and we weren't able to rent, or FEMA paid for the rental of the grader
Right.
that year.
Okay.
And we weren't able to roadside mow
Yeah,
because the roadside mower sat in the yard for,
right. Well, you guys were busy
And the
fixing
road-
all the
right,
roads.
so that's why those, that's
Okay.
how that,
Yeah.
that's
Cause the
why that's
roadside
like
was
that.
down in somebody's field.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yep, okay. Does that answer your question, Tyler?
Yeah, and the only other, and then just one thing, I think it went up a little this year, hold on. But it was really expensive. Oh, goodness. Oh, yeah, the erosion stone, you said that went up.
Yeah.
And again, if it was due to the flooding,
Well, the
we
other-
budgeted 3,500 and actual 2025 was 20,000. Or is that due to the flooding that we
Yeah.
did, okay. Again, you're the guy that does out the work, I mean, trust me, I understand flooding, that definitely changed the way
Yeah,
things were
and-
spent.
And actually that 80% or whatever it was that FEMA paid, they paid for a majority of that erosion stone, so it actually didn't, that
Okay, it
came
didn't,
back in
okay.
under FEMA.
FEMA paid 80, the state paid 10, I believe, and we
Yeah,
paid
so I
10.
think it was,
There was some, excuse me, some items that we get 100% reimbursed on, not all of it.
Okay.
because it doesn't list, it doesn't go back on
Yeah,
the line
yeah,
item,
yeah,
FEMA doesn't,
yeah, yeah.
it goes to the bottom line, basically.
Anything else on the highway budget? Well, Dave, you're welcome to stay, but guess you're off the hook.
I'll be up at 3 again tomorrow morning, so I'm going home, going to bed.
Yeah, well, yeah, it is snowing right now, so.
What, 3 to 5 inches coming or something?
Oh, really?
How many?
Yeah,
3 to 5.
yeah.
That's
Still
our
not
state,
bad.
I get
it
sleep
melted
then.
and
I won't be
it
up till
rained and then it
3:30.
snowed the same day.
I know.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you guys,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
have a good night.
You as well.
Okay, under the general fund budget, what's the, are you plan to stay through the whole thing, or you like to go right to the fire department?
I'd like to go too, if you don't mind.
We can do that.
Just before we do that, cause I have to recuse myself from the fire department, it's just something I noticed. Again, had changed from the
We got
initial.
4 of us get,
What?
we only got 4 of us get loose to be. No, this
Well,
is-
I know, I
this is-
have to
this is
recuse
just-
myself from this one.
We're not voting on it.
Yeah, I know, I just wanna make sure it's,
Okay, fire starts on,
well, I was gonna say though, in
Page 6.
the initial one I got, it said fast squad income, and then this one I think says fire squad income. We don't have a fire squad in Williamstown, so I just wanna make sure that's accurate or not a typo, I'm just
have
trying
you
to.
seen that?
Yeah,
It's
where-
under the ambulance income. Yeah, so page 2, very top line. The initial one I received, or we all received, said fast squad income, which is the $12,000, which is the fast squad's getting that from Berrytown EMS's rental.
Yeah, fire.
And this time it said fire squad income. So I just don't know if that was a typo. Because to the best of my knowledge,
Oh,
there is no fire squad. Fire department, no fire squad.
well, right, fire department's right below it.
Yeah, so, but those are two separate things.
Well, fast squad income is from, that's what they get for from taxes.
Correct, but okay,
Right,
that's
but
all I'm saying, okay.
It says,
It's
it
just
says
later
fire
on.
squad.
Yeah, that's just funny. Last time I knew we didn't have a fire squad, now I recuse myself.
Yeah, it should be fast squad.
There, I just
Okay.
wrote it fast.
Well, I know, it was originally in fast, and I think it was just a mistypo.
Jen's gonna fix it.
Trust me, I do a lot of mistypos myself.
Okay, but back to,
Back page 6 on fire. William, wanna run through this like Dave did?
Yep, everything's, the wages were level funded. The court was the same. All those taxes apparently went up some. a little bit, I guess. We actually cut, there was 2 line items for fire education and fire schools. We just combined it into one. So it's just one and got rid of, $2,000 from that. The dues and, stayed the same. We had to go up on our, reporting system, which is our fire reports that reports back to, the federal level. They changed how the feds changed how they do things, so it's a whole new, way to report. And, therefore, our software that we were using is gonna be obsolete as of the end of this year. So, the new, proposed, quote for the new software's gone up $2,200, which is ridiculous, but we gotta be able to report to the feds so we don't get in trouble. That was the propane and electricity was taken off ours, put on to the public safety building. Office supplies, we cut. The reason why it was high this year was because we were getting a couple new, computers and iPads to use, which I still gotta get. Because we started a radio reserve last year, we were able to cut our radios and pagers line item by 1,000, as well as cutting down what we were putting in the radio reserve. So it was able to get us the bulk amount started last year, so that we can get somewhere with it. And in fact, today, 2 of our radios got fried. Not today, but it was determined today that they got fried, and it was determined that they were 27 years old, that are in the trucks. So, it was time, I guess. So, that will help us out a lot, what we did last year, so we were able to, cut it down this year. Equipment purchase is staying the same, the repairs staying the same, the compressor staying the same. The capital communications, that had to go up, and it's gone up over the last couple of years because we're trying to, accommodate this, agreement that we made a few years ago with the capital, fire mutual aid system, where all 18 towns have to, put money into the pot for this, big radio upgrade they're gonna do, eventually. But the fire department, and it was split between the fire department and the ambulance, and then it was under our assumption that because the ambulance was disbanded, that their amount would get disbanded as well, but they changed it so it went by the town, not by the service, so therefore Williamstown was on the hook for that, so the fire department has picked up that additional expense, so that's why that's so much. It also covers our dues for, which is like $200 for being a member, if you will. All trucks stayed the same for as far as repairs and maintenance to it. The dispatch for our dispatch agency stayed the same. Our e-dispatch stayed the same. Diesel fuel stayed the same. Ladder test went up a little to meet they went up a little this year, so. Then everything else stayed the same until we get down to the reserves. We added, as agreed upon a few years ago, to add $10,000 each year to the truck replacement. So that's the big increase on that. And the other increase was, clothing reserve. Believe it or not, it cost just under $5,000 to just fit one firefighter. So we've done a good job over the last couple of years. Pretty much everyone's gear is, within 5 years old, so this is to help build the pot back up, for future replacements. Of gear. The other big thing we went up on in reserve was the dry hydrant, because we're hoping to do a joint project with the Berrytown Fire Department to put a dry hydrant in at the pond on Falls Bridge Road. The landowner, took us a while to track him down because he lives out of state, but he's all for it, and, Berrytown's all for it because the town line's right there, and they have nothing for water supply on that end of their town, plus going up Snow Bridge Road, so they're all for it. And then, we'll also apply for the rural fire assistance grant. I think that pays, $10,000 to a project. So we got that, and then if we have any money left over, we've gotta replace the dry hydrant on Maloney Road, it's leaking. So we're doing a whole fingers crossed thing that it will be fine throughout the winter. And hopefully we can get that replaced. If we don't have enough money in the leftover in the dry hydrant reserve, then we would request to see if we can't take from the, major repairs to get that fixed as well next year. But it's still, the hydrant is up there, is still usable, but when it's off, it's leaking a little bit, I guess, so that will need some attention. The rest of them all stayed the same. I'm still confused about why it's more money than last year, but I think it's because of that reserve on the fire truck.
Yeah, it's 10.
Fire truck, but anyway, that's us in a nutshell, I guess.
Yeah, 364 to 375, yes.
They did a good job of keeping that budget in line.
Well, try
Now
it,
look,
like-
on, the truck you guys refurbished there recently, everything worked out good on that?
Yeah, everything's good on that, there's, just some nickel and diamond things that we needed to address when they got back, and we're addressing them, but, nothing major, everything's working good. Our only big complaint on it is we wish we kept the 3 seats in the back versus taking it out and putting 2 in, cause it feels a little more snugger in there. But other than that, the truck's great, it's serving our purposes, so, yeah, got no complaints on it,
Certainly was cheaper than buying a new one.
certainly.
Well, okay, just out of curiosity, what was the elimination of the third seat?
So the reason was one of the big reasons was the bracket, or the former brackets that hold the packs in were wearing out, and the actual seat itself was wearing out. And it was just bad judgment, like, oh, and the seats that we put in there are actually used seats that the dealer had that another fire department, when they bought a new truck, something to do with that. So the seats are practically new, but they were used. One of those things that it just looked good at the time until it was in the truck. And honestly, we wish we just got reupholstered the seat that was in there, but,
Okay, win some, lose some.
yeah, it was a learning experience, but,
Okay, that was just a legitimate.
I don't
question.
personally ride in there a lot in the back, so, Tyler can speak to it more, but it's
You
definitely.
feel like a really big kid in the back of the truck.
Yeah.
Your knees pretty much touch your chest.
Oh, you don't have to go too far usually, so.
No, it's all good, so yeah.
Anybody have any questions for William? Skip? Thanks for coming in, William.
Yep.
Okay, back to the beginning.
Have a good night, Merry Christmas.
Yes, Merry
everybody.
Christmas.
Same.
Okay, back to beginning, let's get the taxes and revenues.
Okay.
Liquid taxing down, revenues.
Let's hold harmless program.
Is that all one word? I was just looking at that. I'm not much I'm picking out typos, but home harmless, is that all just supposed to be one word or? Okay.
What is that?
I'm not gonna question it,
I'm
cause
not
there's
really
some
sure what
words
it
that
is.
they come up with every
Hold
day.
harmless
I don't know what it
program.
is.
You know what that is, Rodney? What's that hold harmlessly?
Hold
What is that
harmless
for?
program for $54,000. What is it? Okay.
I'm looking.
What about the pilot program?
Thank you for your honesty. I just didn't know.
Contract
I
clause,
should
where,
know, but I
That's
might
okay.
get it wrong if I open my mouth, so.
Hey, we got enough little handheld computers that'll tell you. Google. They're smart.
HHA, so it's a contract clause where one party agrees not to hold another party legally responsible for injuries, damages, or financial losses.
No.
No? Not that?
Well, anyway, it's on the revenue side,
It's
so
under
it's good.
tax.
Yeah, it's a good thing. I'm just curious what the hold harmless program and the pilot program is.
Yeah, man, you
Well,
got
the pilot,
some homework for next week, and you can find out for us.
refer
You
to
can
two
ask the
distinct
town attorney.
situations, a legal contract to transfer liability of risky activities or in public finance a legislative provision to protect a municipality's budget from reduction in expected revenue.
Like insurance type things.
Is it
Yeah,
So maybe May, if we can find out,
okay.
hold harmless and the pilot. I'm glad it's on the revenue side.
The pilot, I wanna say, is the one for, what state gives us,
Yeah.
for housing, right? It comes up in the assessor's side,
Yeah.
so I'll look at that.
Okay.
Yep,
Okay, we'll keep moving on down.
Why are we doing less for tax stabilization this year?
What's that?
Why are we doing less for tax stabilization?
You mean as far as,
The cost, because historically it's been around 100,000 and this year it's 50.
I think,
Yeah, that's
the
what's,
amount of the auditors,
that's how much net income there is from the previous year.
Okay.
And there was only 50,
Okay.
58, so that's all we could move.
Okay.
Okay, cemetery's the same.
bridge fees,
Listers.
animal control, it was,
This, oh yeah. Animal control is the same.
ambulance costs stayed the same as last year. They didn't go up at all.
Yep. Oh, we just did the fire department.
Board of allocations,
General
And I wish someone was here on the planning commission, but again, it's another fiscal year 2025. Well, we budgeted 25,000-ish dollars. They spent 6,577. And last year was budgeted for 20,746. This year is for 23,910. But are they spending, like, legitimately, are they spending anywhere near that?
well, they're in the process of upgrading the town plan now, so they may get into some hiring of consultants and stuff.
Alright. And does that money, when they don't spend it, does it go back into the reserve funds?
Goes back in, and then any surplus you have in a general fund, you vote to
Okay.
use that surplus to reduce taxes for next year.
Yeah, so basically,
Yeah, I just wanna make sure that, you know,
yeah, it goes into the surplus.
But I don't.
yeah, I know they're
just
doing
because
their,
there's- Once every 8 years, you can upgrade your town plan, they're right in the middle of that.
yeah, and I know they were doing that, I just wanna make sure that,
They're staying pretty much.
The town report, I mean, I
yes.
know it's 6,000, but the estimates I received is well over $6,000.
What was that now?
The town reports,
To print them?
yeah, I mean, Stillwater is still the cheapest, but I had emailed him and he didn't email me back to include postage to the Graniteville, cause Graniteville has not been getting their town reports.
Okay.
Because it was just mailed to Williamstown residents only. And when you and I had talked about that, that really should change, because Graniteville and Northfield people should get their town reports.
Williamstown residents that
Oh, yeah,
have Northfield or Graniteville addresses.
okay, yeah, that makes perfect sense.
So that hasn't been done in several years. So, I mean, his quote is still the cheapest, based on last year's $13.91, is $5,410 with the mail prep, and this is just for Williamstown. Mail prep is $295, so coming in about 6,000. That's not including Graniteville and Northfield. Our jet envelope came in with 1,500 town reports, $9,694. Al Brown and Son, they did 2 quotes, based on last year's 1,391, $8,990.17 with the mailing prep at $350. And then if you go with 1,600 town reports, $9,810 with a postage prep of $375. So, I don't know how Stillwater has had such a good deal all these years, but he was supposed to send me an updated one to include the cost of postage for Graniteville and Northfield.
Which,
He
what?
said he could do.
You said it's an additional like 300 homes?
I would say roughly 300, if that, give or take, you know, without,
That would sound like Lester didn't take that into factor.
well, no,
I mean,
he,
that's a lot of
no,
money.
it was always been, for years, a postal paid for Williamstown only, Williamstown Post Office only. So if you, Graniteville residents would have to be shipped to Graniteville, and Northfield would have to
Right.
go to Northfield. That was never in the consideration, it was Williamstown residents
Exactly.
only. And as it was last year, we ran out, because they even said at the post office, do you have any more town reports? We didn't have enough to put in everybody's boxes. I said, what you got is what you got, I mean, so, I don't know.
So what's the cost of Stillwater? I'm just trying to do some math.
Well, this is based on last year's.
Okay.
Okay,
They haven't
last
given you,
year's-
they haven't given you a new at
Well,
all?
this, he based it, did this with Jackie prior. 1,391 town reports at $5,410, and the postage at $295. So it's right under 6, but
And then how many reports was that for again?
1,391.
So that's still within the 6,000?
So it's
It
roughly
is.
$4.10, and we think, so times that by, what do we think, 300?
300.
So it'd
I
be
was-
about another $1,200.
So yeah, I mean, he is still gonna be the cheapest by far. I just didn't know, I mean, I think 6,000 would be still
you're still waiting to hear back from him though?
for how much it would be, cause he said, he goes, well, yeah, he says, I could get the postage for the Granville section and do that as well, and I said, if you could send us an updated quote, that would be great, I have not heard from him.
So do we, just circle that item for now?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd say that.
If you can find that out before the January 12th meeting,
I can do
we'll try
that.
to set up so we can find Bob's. Then by then we'll have our new manager, he can go through it all with us too. And
That's absolutely
he's one
correct.
of been hot seat down meeting,
Oh,
so
Finally, somebody else.
here's your budget, have fun with it.
Okay, listers. Oh yeah, listers went up. Or not, yeah.
And this, we changed this from, originally it was listers, now it's the assessor and then the staff assistant, is that accurate?
Okay, that's what I was wondering, cause I was like, we don't have listers anymore.
Yeah, well,
No,
no,
but we
the,
have
the
listers.
original one we got said listers and then the new one,
It's the assessor.
okay. So it's now wages, assessor wages, staff assistant.
Yeah.
Okay. I will-
Part of May's salary is
Is
for
there.
the manager, I think it's half and half, right, or something like that?
No, it's 2015-5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you spread over,
Close, it's close.
It's close, yeah.
anyway, her salary spread over the listers and town manager and I don't know what else
Treasurer.
you have to do,
Treasurer.
dog
So we
catcher.
just.
No,
we'll
I'm
just-
not going dog catching, sorry.
We'll just
I've got
write it
enough
in May
scars
say,
and
that's
things.
it.
Treasurers.
So yeah, it's just the.
Dog catcher.
Dog catching.
Or are you considered the assessor and the staff assistant?
No,
Okay.
Just the staff.
Oh, yeah, so it's in the listers and it's under the town manager's the same amount,
right,
it would be just one amount.
but there's, on the lister side, it should be blank,
Oh,
over
For-
here. This is all blanked out.
For which
I
one?
was kinda like looking at staff assistant there, okay. The page you on the first one,
Well, cause this,
Even with all that, changing around, went up like $9,000, but
oh,
less than 9,000.
whatever, help me.
Yeah, it's split
Do
between
you have the Norman?
back
yeah, it's,
town managers and,
yeah,
listers.
Yeah.
Her salary, is split.
yeah.
Yeah,
Collection wages are all good, 3,000.
What's that?
There's election wages, good at
yeah,
3,000.
they good, we figured more for this coming year,
Was
as
50.
we've got two, well, we definitely know we have 3 elections, could have 4 with the, if the school budget don't pass, they'll come back for another election. Definitely 3 elections this year, so we always, when we get down and on the off year, we plan on more for the year of more elections.
Yeah. And to go up, Board of Civil Authority, that went up too.
That, I think, cause the minimum wage went up, I believe, that's based on,
Went up about,
$2,500.
I was gonna say 2,600 change, yeah.
yeah, they get minimum wage for the BCA.
Yeah, it's 14, something like that.
100%.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, elections, printing and supplies is probably just up this year because it's,
Everything.
is that?
It's everything, yeah,
Right.
yeah, I would imagine, yeah.
The manager's office has been, plugged in at the new manager's rate. Then you get May, and then you get
Mileage
this
is there.
mileage stipend.
There's town wages, town clerk, wages, staff town clerk.
Okay, yeah, that's my assistant, and Jackie and I actually had this discussion.
Gotcha,
We didn't go up on it, but
okay, so that's Jasmine,
yes.
okay.
And I'm hoping we're gonna be okay, cause last year I was confronted by the former town manager saying that I had overspent my budget on, and I was training her, cause she was brand new, I was training her. So, anyway, it made it work, it made it happen, but I don't wanna get to that point where somebody comes to me this year and says you overspent your budget, because they'll have to find a way to pull it out, because I'm not, and I told Jackie that day too, I said, well, I trained my assistant, and she was at the office more to learn how my office ran. I'm not planning to get her any more than normal, but I was kinda shocked when Jackie confronted me in April and said my assistant's budget was almost overspent. And I said, well, you're gonna have to find it, because I still had quite a few months left of the fiscal year, and I guess they found it. And I guess I didn't overspend it, but according to the looks, but I was told I was close.
And then just a curious, I know, because
But she wouldn't go up on it this year, so it makes me a little nervous, because the price of
Everything.
things have gone up, and we haven't gone up on that.
Staff appreciation went up $1,000 from last year's budget. I know, I appreciate all the staff, obviously, but
Oh, staff appreciation.
That was like the Christmas party dinner that we had.
is it,
Staff appreciation, is staff appreciation, if I under, is what she always said.
yeah. Just saying again, if there's, that might be, I'm not saying that the staff don't deserve appreciation, but
I guess
Well, it
that's,
was- it was
where
consistent-
is that anyway?
it's
Staff?
under manager's office, kind of close to the bottom. It's been consistently $1,500,
Oh,
and then this year's budget's going up to
Wow.
$2,500. So that's my question is,
well, I
Is
know
there-
that's always used for like our Christmas party.
yeah,
Is the
of
staff
course.
appreciate, that's what I was always told.
Yeah.
But I don't
I don't know, I just,
why it went
it's been
up so
consistent,
much.
yeah, it's been going, it went up $1,000.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Yeah,
where's the Christmas party?
Well.
Well, I mean, it would be next year's Christmas party, not this year's Christmas party, so. Yes, what I'm sorry, that's it.
Yeah,
Well, I think that highway worker
Yeah, we had a retirement. That one was
got a little
that was a
extra.
fun.
Yeah, but I mean, this is for next year's budget, this isn't for this year's budget. That's why I'm
Oh,
asking,
went up 1,000 that you've got budgeted in.
for next year.
I don't.
How many more people from the town we got retiring?
That's
Joe,
just the
well,
question.
In a few years, Joe.
There you go.
I'm just saying, like, if it's, there's $1,000 increase needed.
Right.
And if it is needed, why is it needed? That's the question.
How about if we pulled the 500 out of that and put it over onto the town
I'm
report
looking
budget?
down here and you're.
Well, manager's office.
Both
I
say
didn't hear what you
manager's
said.
Yeah, oh, that's,
So we took $500 out of the
Oh, right
staff
here,
appreciation.
Right,
Okay,
bring it
gotcha,
to
thank you.
2,000.
I was just trying
And
to
move
find
that
it.
over to the
yeah,
town
and then,
report,
oh, your thumb was on the 2,500, that's why I couldn't see.
up that to 6,500.
Perfect.
Okay, so
It'll probably
60,
get us pretty close.
so keep,
I would
so
think so.
stay at 2,000 on the staff appreciation.
Appreciation, okay,
Yeah,
And then
and put
move
in,
500 to the
To-
town report.
okay,
Right.
town report, I'm just going up
that,
here.
that would work, therefore, cause he said he could do it, I just have not received that
And that, so that'll go to 6,500,
for the town report.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
And Jen, this is just kind of, this is not numbers thing, but more so just for when you're looking at it, like, can we change, like, her wages, it says staff assistant, like, she's admin assistant, right?
For who?
For May, isn't she admin assistant,
Yeah, I
Like-
can
like-
change anything you guys
like-
want.
instead of her being staff
Well,
assistant?
that was what we were always told way back, was even Megan was known as the staff assistant, because they did,
You're all staff though, it's a weird
it is, that's
a
the
weird
way, it's what
term.
she came up with, and that's what we
So-
rolled with.
We're gonna change staff
Well-
assistant to what?
I was gonna say, well, if you, if
We
you,
don't have
if you
to.
go by your
Maybe-
telephone system, then it was the manager.
Right, when I
assistant.
put the new recording on here in another
102.
week or so,
Probably between the
it'll,
health insurance and the
I'm not gonna say
FICA and
clerk.
all that stuff, she's in one category. Instead of having her mixed up in 3 different categories.
And now
Well,
it's
I was,
more he-
again, and I'm gonna be quite honest with being on the fire side of things, cause we've gotten new trucks over the many years, if it's super easy to change things, like if, say, the town highway department gets a new truck, or the fire department gets a new truck, or whatever, I think it's still listed as engine 1, 2003,
That's what I
and
mean,
that's
like,
not,
just to.
that's
Oh, I
clearly
see
not what
what
it
you're
is.
And then you
saying,
have like,
that-
then it says staff, town clerk, staff
assistant
treasurer.
town clerk.
Right, that's what I mean, just,
Yeah.
it would seem more simple
And
and
she should be, I
to
mean,
have
admin
assistant town
assistant.
clerk, assistant treasurer, admin
Absolutely.
assistant, instead of staff town, cause it
That-
almost looks like it's on there twice, right? Town clerk, staff,
Right,
town
I
clerk.
just, this is
I
how she
agree,
was saying.
I agree, that's what I was just.
And that doesn't change anything in the budget, but when
No.
you're looking at it, it just
Yeah, it makes it,
seems looks,
Staff, town clerks, that's what, yeah, exactly. It should be
Yeah, I didn't get what you were saying. Dave,
Assistant.
just, Yeah.
instead of using the word staff, cause you're all staff,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
Exactly,
You know?
They're all
assistant.
staff.
So changing May's to admin assistant,
which is under listers.
manager's
Um,
office.
Manager's
Or
office.
she might be under, I think
It's
she's under.
it's also under there too.
Yeah.
Okay, so wages for
You're
staff
split
assistant is gonna
between
change
two,
to
right?
what?
Yeah,
Assistant.
Just assistant.
Admin.
Admin.
admin assistant for May, and then the staff town clerk and staff treasurer, you just replace staff
The
with
assistant.
assistant.
Yeah.
So assistant town clerk, assistant treasurer.
Treasurer don't have anything in for staff, 0, so,
Right, but I think that's,
right.
isn't assistant treasurer, is that May for 5 hours, or? Okay, that's what I thought. So is,
No, she's not budgeted, you're split between
I'm
the
split
two.
between the
But she
two,
does-
but I do.
but she does 5 hours for you, right? Or supposed to?
Yeah, but it's not budgeted, they just split it between the listers and the town managers.
Okay. Should it be?
It's all one.
I know, it comes out at the end, it's,
But
Right.
that's, when this all came about, and we're going back to Megan days, it was, I'm gonna hire a staff assistant, and I said, okay, cause she'll do so many hours for the lister, so many hours for the treasurer, and so many hours for the town manager.
right.
So it'd be a staff assistant, I said, okay, I think even Rodney kinda questioned that at the time, but, cause
I mean, it
Rodney-
makes sense, it really does in that aspect, it's an assistant for all the staff, but
Well,
it
that's
doesn't,
it,
it
but
doesn't
yeah, but
sound right.
You're right,
On the
I
paper,
agree
it
with
It
you.
just doesn't sound right.
Well,
Okay.
even the assistants are staff.
We should just write Superman.
Okay.
And just, so,
As long as they're
From
not choked by the key.
the previous, and something Barb brought up, from the previous, it sounds like everyone got a $1 raise, that everyone that we discussed previous.
Right.
But the assistant town clerk is consistent at $9,000, so they didn't receive anything.
No, and I wanted it changed, but I was told it could stay, but I'm like,
Well, I'm just saying, like,
I don't want anybody to
That's
come to
kinda-
me in April and say, well, you've overspent your budget, and it's gonna be, well, I still have 2 weeks vacation, so
Yeah.
you either find a way to pay my assistant or close the office, so
yeah,
she didn't want the office closed, so it was, somehow, we figured it out,
Yeah.
but yes,
I mean,
I
obviously
would
she's
just
a
like
part,
to
I'm assuming she's a
see
part-time
that go
employee,
up a
but
little bit more, because the cost of living on everything.
everything, yeah.
How many hours a week is she scheduled for?
Usually, like, I'll start using her here probably the end of January as we're going forward with town meeting. She's usually scheduled 20 hours a week, if that.
Okay.
Starting from like January, and then through town meeting day, and then of course we got that special election, and then right into dogs. So usually from end of January to end of, April 1st, after dog licensing, things go back to normal, and then she's in for any time I take a vacation or days off.
Okay, so
How
why,
much vacation do you have?
4 weeks a
Still.
year.
Yeah, but
Oh.
still,
I-
you have to use during that time. Or you won't be using it.
Oh, I
You'll be
usually
doing-
I'll have a week in May, and I have a week in June, and usually, then we start
Then
fiscal
New
year
Year.
July. So usually 2 weeks and a few days is what I usually have,
Mhm.
so,
Well, so I guess to clarify, how many, for the $9,000, how many hours is that? Like,
Should they have a raise? everyone got a dollar.
Well, that's what
Yeah,
I'm saying, that's what we're trying to
I'm
figure
trying to
out.
figure out what, with a dollar raise, what should it be?
Try to
You get a
figure out
dollar
what-
raise and you don't raise the amount, then you gotta cut hours.
Right, oh, yeah,
Right, but we're trying to figure out how much to raise it.
right.
Yeah, how much to raise it
How
to
many,
get a
how
dollar
many
raise, not
hours
cut
does she
hours.
work in a year's time?
Yeah, that's the rough,
Well, she works, I'm gonna say roughly, she works my 4 weeks a year when I'm out.
so that's 40 hours a
But
week.
this is put in for a
160.
budget, not
Yeah.
saying that
That's
budget has to
160.
be actually
It's-
completely
So,
spent.
yeah, my
So
4
why
weeks a
wouldn't
year
we put
and
it from
then I have
9,000 to 12,000 and
personal
cover all
days.
aspects? If you don't use that much, it's less, it's
Okay.
less
So
than,
440
surplus.
hours.
it's a surplus.
440
Say
hours.
that again?
24.
440
That makes sense
hours
to me.
without a
For just-
raise.
For
Why
just
even-
vacation.
400.
Yeah, but
around
she,
it.
yeah, she didn't get a raise, so, is that what you're saying?
I mean, if we bump it from 9,000 to 10,000,
I
and
didn't know.
whatever she doesn't would just go back into surplus, cause that's a,
I just
10%.
felt, I mean, who knows if, in the school is say the second election doesn't fail, we're gonna go for number 3. I mean,
Right,
they're gonna keep
right.
going.
They should be paying you for that, not us.
Right?
Don't you think so, Rodney?
Huh?
Get it out of the school for the extra elections.
My way.
It's worth a try.
I just feel it needs to be bumped up
Yeah.
some, cause it's been at 9,000 now since, for the last few years, even when Susan was my
So
assistant.
we do the dollar an hour raise with your assistant as well. That would-
Why don't we-
If we put an extra 1,000, you think that'd be close?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
that's a 10%
Yeah.
difference.
Mm.
I would think that would
Yeah.
cover the
I
dollar
would-
raise.
And
I
the,
would think, yeah,
and the
that,
9,000 has been, but you said there was some issues with potentially not having enough time within that budget to begin with.
That's gonna go to 10.
Well, because,
well,
Am
see,
I
I
hearing-
used,
Cause I mean, that's the question, there's gotta be the raise
I
plus is she,
used more hours on her last year as she was training. I hired
Okay.
her in
Yeah.
January. And I had her there just about every day, but still, she left by 3 o'clock, cause she farms.
Yeah.
So she would get there about 9 to 3. I had her in there just about every day, just basically showing her the ropes of how
Mhm.
my office works. So she was there more than she's going
Going
to
to
be
be this
this
year,
year.
okay.
Yeah.
alright,
So
so,
this year will be elections, town meeting, elections, and dogs, and then my vacation time.
so just 10,000 sound
That's-
sufficient?
That sounds fine. I'm
Okay.
happy with that.
Okay,
So go with that.
alright, let me just put that
Is
in.
that gonna include the raise?
That was my question, like,
because the raise was going to be what, just under
A dollar.
3%?
It was
No.
$1 an hour across the board, but
Right, which is,
she didn't get it. So I think we're just, cause we don't know the exact number of how many hours she's working a year or whatever. If we just bump it up from 9,000 to 10,000, that's a 10% increase.
So
That
it
should
should
cover
enough.
whatever it is.
I mean, honestly too, if you wanna do the math, Barb, because you know how much she works, or you do too.
Well,
mean,
yeah,
that's
I
on
guess
files.
Jennifer would know the answer
You
more.
guys can
'cause-
come back to the next meeting too to make the number as accurate as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're just throwing, literally, we're shooting in the dark here.
Yeah.
I think it
Right.
needs to be fair, if everyone else gets the dollar raise, then,
Yeah,
Well,
I agree.
That's
do
an
believe-
accurate-
I think when we all got a raise in July, I do think she did get, I mean, we all
Okay.
did, but,
Yeah.
but when it was time to discuss my budget, and I said, well, I think we need to go up from 9 just because of, things, and she said, nope, 9's fine, and I didn't argue, so.
okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say, I just put 10,000 in the budget, but let's, on the, my document here, but let's just see what she, like the hours she, in theory, works in a year, and then try to figure out the math correctly.
So, the health insurance doubled.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
What was the reason you hire another person to get on it, or what?
What's that?
The health insurance went from 16 to 33.
It's me,
The,
it's me.
Oh, that's yours?
This,
My husband's retiring in July.
yeah, so,
Okay.
Okay.
yeah, no, health insurance is, like I said, I just
Oh, I
think
know,
it's,
he would, for 1 year, we were paying $250 this last year, that we just, $550, I just wrote out a check for it.
yeah,
So it went up $300 just for
yeah.
his personal plan.
Oh, wow, I wish
$250
mine was that cheap.
It's crazy, and you can't be without it.
Yeah,
It's
that's-
No,
Credit card expenses, we get that
Right.
back from
The machine,
what we charge to people that come in to pay with their card, right?
right,
Okay.
it's a $2 fee.
on her side.
Right.
Yeah,
You
you
don't
guys
get it
charge-
back on your side?
We get we charge 2.85% every time, but
Right.
she's, no matter what she
Yeah.
does for a balance, it's automatically $2 on
And
her side.
So you're,
I figured
And that's
that
with her
for
figure.
her highest amount, that it would be
Yeah.
Yeah.
just easier.
yeah,
Well,
I'm
that
just making sure,
explains
cause
why
we're
I'm getting so
charging
bitter
what we
when I
get
use-
charged to the customer, right?
And you know, I
That's what
don't
said
know,
my
that's
girlfriend
something, I don't
had
know
cash.
if you wanna, I
Paid
mean,
my
some
bill.
people don't even mind paying the $2. I've
Every,
only had a couple people that were
Yeah.
just like, what do you mean you gotta pay $2? So
Yeah.
I'm like,
everybody knows it gets passed on to the customer if you use a card, so it's, I just wanna make sure we're
yeah,
passing
no,
that on
that's
to the.
definitely, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay,
It comes back in as revenue on this side.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was just asking, yeah, okay.
And then
Alright.
down from that, wages custodial, that seems, again, I'm just,
Yeah, that
That's-
almost doubled.
again, fiscal year 25 ended at $343,
Is
which
that
could have been just a
cleaning
weird
people?
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did we
And then-
actually hire somebody? Cause I know Jackie had taken that over.
Wasn't that Ashley formerly
Well,
Shangra?
she
Yeah,
did,
She's
she
doing the
did,
firehouse end of that.
but
Right.
then,
Russell.
so we're having, I mean, Larry said take it up with Barb. So we have Ashley Shingra, or Ashley Russell, she comes in every other Tuesday, I think. Basically, if 1 week she does a thorough vacuuming and just vacuums, and then the second week she does a little bit more, so. And she does the public safety building as
Okay.
well, it's not just,
So this is accurate
Alright,
then? The
Yeah, okay, I know
45?
this is all
I
about the
don't know
budget, but
how
speaking of the
much
public safety
it's-
building, was that problem or the nasty pigsty been remedied yet?
I don't know.
I know it's off beat, but that's terrible.
Nasty pig
You
stuff.
mean with the counter last week, the last meeting, that we just talked about?
Well, about actually having to go in and the dogs and the issues
Oh,
and the dog shit and,
Scott and I went in there and checked it out, it was all, it was, you
Okay,
wouldn't
okay.
even know there was a dog in there,
okay, perfect.
it was
Thank you.
clean.
That was it.
Okay, so do we, I mean, I'm assuming Jackie set that up with her?
With,
The-
Ashley
Ashley.
for the public safety building.
Yeah.
Because Jackie was doing the cleaning in here, and then that was what, maybe a month she did that, month or two, and then Ashley came in to fill out her payroll for the public safety building,
Yeah.
and I said, you want a job in here? And asked Larry, and Larry goes, take it up with Barb, so
Okay.
kindly, she's technically our cleaning person.
That was like the day after we lost.
It was-
that's-
it was the day
That's
of
why,
everything.
that's why the increase,
Yeah,
cause you added around to here.
no, that was not me, so I don't know what that increase
It's
was
just-
about.
About $2,000.
Okay.
Yeah, but 25, right, it was budgeted for 2,500, but it was actually, 25's actual was only 343.
Right,
And then now we're up to 4,500.
How much does she
that's,
get paid
that's
an
why I
hour?
said
Should be
the $2,000
$31.20.
increase, I mean,
What's that?
I think it should be 31.20,
3120 would be the total max for next year.
cause she only does an hour,
Yeah,
too.
So
Yeah,
I would
she's
say we should
max.
reduce this to say 3,500.
Should
And
we
we have-
take that $1,000 that we just put over onto,
Yeah, it's 31.20.
does that make sense?
that's not a bad idea.
If we take the 1,000 off from,
Out of the cleaning and add
out
it
of the
back to
cleaning and right,
Oh,
to
put it-
transfer over to the,
Jasmine?
Jasmine?
Yeah.
Jasmine assistant,
Does
yeah.
that make
Well, I mean,
sense?
that, yeah, we've,
Yeah, that does,
It's
I
a
mean,
wash.
I didn't
Yeah, it's a
realize
wash
was
that way.
high.
Okay, so where we taking 1,000 out of?
The,
well,
custodial
we
one.
added 1,000 there, but yeah, I say we would do, because if, I trust her math,
The
so,
45.50.
so do,
I just see the-
I would say 3,500, cause you said 33 something?
31.20,
3120, so that gives us a little wiggle room.
yeah.
Right,
We're having a little wiggle room.
right,
right here.
it's
So,
45.50.
Yeah, so then-
So just
See,
knock
it
a
was,
grand out of it.
25,
Yeah.
but only 343, and now this year it's up to 4550.
So knock that 1,000 out of that,
So
45.50.
if we bring that down 1,000, there's our 1,000.
Well, I
for-
just see custodial in the public safety building as well.
General operating budget, it's
Is it on
below
both?
town.
No, that's where.
Oh, there
that's
might
on
be,
it right
there
there.
might be, I have no idea, I was sitting down for that one, so I apologize.
Oh, is custodial's everything, right? Does public safety have its own?
No,
Well, public safety building,
wages custodial, yeah, that's
Animal
56, that's
control.
5,400.
Right. Wages custodial.
There are no, as far as I know, there are no,
oh,
I don't see anything under public safety.
Yeah,
It's
I
the
don't
very
either.
first, it's the very first,
where?
On what
Where?
one?
under public safety
So
building,
page, 6,
wages custodial,
a
5460.
third of the way
Which
down.
page?
Page
No,
six.
that's, I don't know, I'm looking at my computer.
Public safety building,
you're on page what?
Oh,
Yeah,
Six?
page what?
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, I think, no, maybe not.
wait, where Tyler?
Lied.
What page?
I don't know, hold on, I don't know what page it is, 'cause,
Wages custodial, it's halfway down, under ambulance.
Right,
Ambulance.
5460,
Ambulance.
then it's again,
Oh, okay, it's
Yes.
under ambulance.
Wages
Right.
custodial, so that's,
Page,
Yeah.
6.
okay, so that's a, let's see.
And that's at 420?
wages
so that went
custodial.
up quite a bit too.
Wages
5460.
custodial, yeah,
So between the ambulance custodial and the general operating budget custodial, 45,550, that's $10,000 for custodial fees between the two. That's budgeted right now.
should be 4680.
Between the two of them?
No, for the public safety building.
4680?
Okay.
He does 3 hours.
5400.
3 hours a week over there at 30.
Okay, 4680
Okay,
instead of 5460.
Yeah.
so what, I would say again, to be safe, do 44,750.
Oh, so we're, okay, so.
So
would
for
that-
public safety, cause that's,
that-
that's our complete difference, so the price you gave us initially for the math you did was just for this building, custodial, correct?
Oh, okay.
And then the public safety building,
It's a
It's-
separate.
it's
So
separate,
they're two separate, okay.
and that's fine,
What did you say for this building it should be?
4680. 3 hours of,
Oh,
for this building?
Yeah,
this one
sorry.
is 3120,
Yeah, 3120.
Okay.
which is a difference of 13.
Okay, so,
So we could take the 1,000, take 1,000 off here, like you said, and use it for Barb's
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I listed, and this is just what I was saying, just to make math look easy, or
Yeah.
numbers look easy, for
Yeah,
general
'cause-
operating budget, wages, custodial, 3,500.
4550, it's 3550.
3550, then.
3,550?
Yeah.
That's
so
fine,
from the numbers that Jen just gave us versus what's actually budgeted, there's a difference of 2210.
and
So
then,
we got a little bit, so we have 1,000 to,
So we take
And then-
1,000 out of here,
so the public safety building should be what?
3550.
I'd say take it out of the general operating budget one.
Yep.
Yeah. So we'll take 1,000 out of the custodial from the general operating budget,
It's the first one under
Mm-hmm.
the general operating
move
budget.
that over to, Jasmine.
Jasmine's.
Mhm.
And
To
that
make the
still leaves a
10K.
little bit of
400 430 from this side. And another, yeah.
Well, I
from
don't,
this
I don't
side.
think we need to pull half and half from each, cause
Well, no, but she said the
No,
difference,
it's the
so what are the
extra- it's
wages
the
custodial you
difference.
said would be, again, I apologize.
Oh, that's the difference in the wages?
so
For the public safety building?
It's 4680.
So we put,
that one's
460.
much closer to the actual budget.
so we're even, we're even with everything else, too. We took 500 there, put it up
So
here,
this one's
Right,
46.
so far
Yeah.
we're still a wash.
we're still.
So I would say do
Still-
4750 though, that way we have a little extra,
Well, I'd honestly, Tyler, just leave the 5460 over at the ambulance, cause, I mean,
But that's not a correct
Should
number, is
something
it, Jen?
should, whatever,
No,
you know, and then I'd say after this year with having a new
the-
cleaning person,
The
then we can readjust.
5460 is not a correct number.
I know, the actual number is the 4680, right?
Yes,
So, you're less than 1,000 there,
Mm-hmm,
yeah,
difference, yeah,
um,
700.
but we have more than 1,000 on this building,
right.
so I'd almost say just
okay,
to keep it simple, take that
That's fine.
1,000, move
Yeah.
it to her, and then leave it. And then next year, when we get a more actual number from her doing this, then
Yeah.
we'll better gauge to
Yeah, well, I'm
to
fine with that.
readjust, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, cause actually we'll have done an issue for an entire year.
Right,
Everything we've changed so far is still, we're still even. with
Yes.
what's-
Oh, yeah, we're
Correct.
still.
And then a little bit farther down for general operating budget, office equipment went up $10,000.
general operating
Where's
budget,
It's right under offices, so general operating budget, just like a few, well, maybe 10 rows roughly down.
Oh, we're still the,
Everything
around
is
the
general
next
operating
page,
budget.
or-
Yeah, so it's office equipment under general operating budget, went from 10,000
Office,
To 20,000.
to 20,000, and,
She told me what that
Oh.
was for too. Was
I
it-
know
What do you have
with
to do?
SimQuest, which
I was
does
gonna
our,
say, wasn't there something update?
our server and firewall stuff, they have a major firmware upgrade stuff they have to do.
okay,
Plus getting like a legitimate access point here instead of the wonky router that's just stuck in the other room.
right, we
Okay.
had to do
Um,
some kind of you're gonna have to
Okay.
do it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
alright,
it was,
that was just my question.
between
Don't trust
that's,
me
I
though.
think that's why that one and the computer services
Mhm.
Yeah,
had
computer
quite a
service.
jump.
Well, I saw the computer services again, and that was fiscal year 25 was 37,000. So
Yes.
the going to 40,000 is only $3,000 more than we
Right.
spent 2 years ago, so that
Right.
makes perfect sense.
Yeah, but
And then-
I'm pretty sure that's
yeah,
what that jump
You're
was.
right,
Yeah.
Was,
and
is
then
the
Because-
firmware.
number
Okay.
2 down,
Yeah.
telephone and internet, we are supposedly getting new phones, they've been on their way now for the last couple months. Supposedly, the estimated time of arrival of these new phones is tomorrow. We got one,
You keep
we've
getting
got
that.
one of 7, they've been on their way, UPS has lost them,
Gonna
we
say
ordered them
they're coming in the
again.
mail, aren't they?
Yeah, I don't know where the hell they are,
Oh,
but
they're going to
supposedly they're
Bangladesh
coming
first.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, and then we're supposed to be getting, somebody is supposed to migrate. The word they use, migrate, and I'm like, and by the time she kept pushing the date back, I said, well, the new manager's gonna be starting, he can migrate these new phones all he wants.
Well-
But right now, we need new phones, as we could be in a phone conversation and they go dead.
Yeah.
Today, William was trying to call me and he goes, what's your phone's not working? And I said, well, it has been, it rang this morning, he goes, I've been trying to get you, it goes right to voicemail, and I said, these phones are,
Okay,
so we are getting new phones, there's a contract on her desk.
okay.
I've been working with that, I don't know how much it costs, I don't know that.
So, well, I haven't brought this up yet, and this is just something to keep in mind as we grow and going forwards, but right now we have charter for internet here and there. Currently here we have SimQuest, which does the server, so all the computers are connected, you can back up everything to the servers, there's firewalls and all that stuff at this building. Currently over at Public Safety, we have nothing. So if somebody wanted to, they could get into that building pretty easy.
Electronically as well.
Yes.
Well, ironically too, they could probably get in
Yeah.
pretty fast.
But just something to be thinking about is with technology and as we grow, we probably want to get SimQuest in over there at some point as well, and then they can manage both sites. We probably at some point are going to want to go to fiber internet instead of just copper, what we have now. And I mean, if you guys want me to, I can put out to Charter and Consolidated and get quotes about what that would cost. And a lot of them sometimes too, I know this state will do grants towards that stuff. And a lot of times they'll waive any construction costs if it's close enough to the lines. And I can see what the monthly differences would be. But just with how things are going, I mean, pretty much any municipality is getting fiber. It's just the way things work nowadays. Better speeds,
Well, hopefully it
everything's
works better than
online.
getting the fiber where it has been coming in
So
Williamstown
is
the
that
last 10
somebody
years.
suggested we put in this year's budget, or?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just bringing it up, just something
I
to
mean, I think it's a good idea to look into it. you know.
yeah.
Yeah.
I can get numbers.
Yeah, that would be for next
Maybe
meeting.
not. Yeah, I can. Well, I don't know if I can get that
Okay.
quick, but
Well, yeah, I honestly, I mean, with the fire department thing, I mean, there's only one computer the fire department uses. I don't know what the ambulance service uses upstairs. I mean, there is wireless in the station.
correct. But
But,
again, over
yeah.
there, literally,
Yeah.
and
Oh no, I get what you're
it's
saying.
over there, that it's, I mean, the IT closet that's there, it's just like $100 Netgear router from Walmart that's just sitting on the shelf in the closet, and that's the Wi-Fi for the whole building. There's no
what Gordy bought
firewall,
many years
there's
ago.
no,
It's just,
There's
it's
no
just
nothing.
Anybody could
asking
tap into it and
for
hack
anybody
it.
If they really
say,
wanted to.
Come here. Yeah.
You know, here we have SimQuest, they have their firewalls, they have the servers, it's all protected.
Yeah.
Over there, we don't have anything.
Well, that
And now I'm working, if we get the access point here, I can do all the install stuff of actually installing the access points. I can do the same thing over there. I can install the access points, so I can do the labor part of it, and that's part of what I get paid for doing IT for the town, so that doesn't cost the town anything extra.
They, correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't there something,
Yes,
some Sinquest, the major expense Jackie said was for the public safety?
yes, yep,
For public safety,
for the public safety.
not as far as I know.
Yeah, I sent it to the two of you
When was that?
within this last 2 weeks, yeah.
I don't remember seeing that.
Would you check it out and,
Yeah,
get that
because
information to Cody so he
It
can
was
see
part
what's
of the
going on?
8,000, it was part of the 8,000, I think.
It was something I had to sign,
Yes,
Okay.
she said the biggest expense was the public safety buildings. I think
this year was a public safety building, but we do have the fire, and we have the firewall too, here.
Right, there's the
Mhm.
firmware upgrade here, which
Mhm.
was a big expense. I didn't remember seeing anything for public safety, because they don't have
Well,
anything
she said
over
something
there.
about new security, and I
Yeah,
thought
we
at the
need to get
pub-
them over there.
I thought at the new cameras, new security over, I thought she said public safety building. I
Okay,
don't
she
know.
did, I do remember her mentioning getting new cameras here.
I was gonna say, the public safety building
Because-
has cameras.
Yeah, so
Oh, we-
public safety is on
oh,
Exact
here,
Vision. This building's a Dawa system, which Dawa just sold out. They're no longer a company. They got bought out, and it'd be nice to have them on on the same system, because then you can. It's just all one system instead of running two, and you can remote in from basically anywhere to see both buildings at the same time. And Exact Visions is a much better system. That's what's in all the state courthouses.
Ah,
You know this more than I do.
Okay, well, May, just to keep things moving along.
Yeah.
Figure out what it was that, I knew it was something to do with public safety building and Simquest, and get all the information over to Cody.
That just put a thing in my head though too, what you were just saying, cause we were talking about laws. Being select board, don't we have to have, is it state law that our select board meetings have to be like, not, virtual might be the wrong word, but there could in theory be someone like on their computer asking questions?
Yes. I gotta still work on it, but yes, it's
Cause that might be something,
the
cause I just
open
looked at,
meeting laws.
cause the video
Yeah.
recording, that
We're
might have
supposed
to,
to be able to zoom in.
well, I'm just saying that might bump up the
That-
video
that-
recording, thank you, sorry, I just wanna make sure we're following that.
That wouldn't cost.
Me and I went to a seminar, we didn't go to it, cause we sat there and listened to it.
Yeah.
Way we're doing things is fine right
Okay.
now.
Okay,
Yeah,
We
and
don't,
that wouldn't be an extra expense.
okay, I just wanna make sure, cause video recording is under our budget, so that would be the time to put it in there, to make sure that,
Yeah, that wouldn't be an extra expense.
okay.
Because it's basically just a different software out here that's free, so.
Okay.
Okay, this one's.
Okay.
okay,
Other than this, everything else
Larry.
was relatively the same.
Larry Rodney's got his hand up.
Roddy,
Whole harmless program.
Now we're going way back, okay.
Thank you.
Payment to reimburse towns for land enrolled in current use program.
It's current use.
Purpose is to ensure local government budgets aren't negatively impacted by state encouraged land use or tax incentive.
that's why May is seeing it in her assessing stuff.
Yeah,
So it's to
and
make
then,
up for current use.
yeah, and then there's the pilot part,
Okay, yeah.
which is for types of housing.
Okay, so that's a good thing.
It doesn't use it.
Okay, I think that's it. Cause we already did the fire department, right?
Yeah.
we gotta be in fire department.
And then I was gonna say, did we talk about the unanticipated expenses?
Where's that?
That's again under general operating
Did you do
budget.
animal control or animal?
We haven't gotten that far yet,
Oh, okay.
but under the general operating budget, the unanticipated expenses for 2025 was 32,339.91.
Oh, yeah.
Or you just tell me how far down.
It's pretty much, it's right up 2 or 3 above Green Up Day.
What page you on?
Okay, so I'm gonna,
Sorry.
okay, and what is that?
I don't know.
Page 5.
Unanticipated
unanticipated
Old stuff I had
expense.
to write off.
Okay.
Old stuff that's been
Okay,
sitting
so-
out there forever that
Okay. Alright, just
I had
making
to
sure.
throw it in there.
Cause again,
not
it's,
actual money,
it's
but-
budgeting for 1,500, then it went to 32,000, that's, again, that's a
No,
different
the
number.
budget's good.
Yeah, the total.
What was it?
For the unanticipated expense, and it's consistent at 4,000 this year,
Yeah.
but that was just a huge,
Right,
That
but
was
what
the
was
Memorial
it?
Day.
It was
the-
a bunch
the
of old
fireworks.
stuff that's been sitting out there for a while that I wrote off.
Oh, okay,
It's nothing like actual money, it's just
okay,
some,
yeah, all good.
yeah, just wanna make sure.
So it's Memorial Day, the fireworks.
Yeah, North Star got bought out, I guess the fireworks have gone up a lot.
That's what our new manager
Yeah,
was
so
just.
Yeah,
he
are
was
we
just
gonna,
saying
so, that might be something to discuss with him,
that.
because,
Yes, yeah.
cause he said the prices for that are gonna go through the roof.
That's what he said, if that was, it was the first guy, yeah, so.
Cause you usually send them up behind your place, right?
Yeah, so they have been doing it.
Yeah.
Well, does someone wanna look into what that, who does the normal request for budget for that, or the pricing?
Well, I don't know, Jackie's always done that, so I don't know, she's always called North Star
We put the
and,
new, we put the new manager on it.
yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So green up stand, public safety, water, something, water.
principal.
Oh, okay.
Okay, health officer is the same, fire warden, streetlights.
Streetlights went up a little bit, looks like they're going up roughly 1,000 a year.
And if I'm not mistaken, we have to change one of them out. I am not recalling which one, isn't it one down
No,
here?
that's the one down there.
Down there
Across
that
from the
needs-
pump.
For,
Yeah, and
Oh,
it
like one of
needs
those
to be
standing poles?
changed out, yeah, it
Oh.
needs to be changed out this year, and he had finally gotten prices back.
What
Oh
are you
gosh,
talking
it was
about?
in July,
Streetlights.
or not July, in November, he got some prices back that he wanted to discuss with us. Because it's all some big, am I thinking correctly, it's like the whole motherboard of
'Cause
the
it was
whole thing?
down.
Yeah, the whole
Right.
thing got fried,
Yeah,
Yeah.
something.
the box in it got
I don't know
fried.
much about it.
okay.
And then,
I have a
Um,
message on my
just know
phone
we have-
for it.
He'll be back, what, the first year?
So, I'm on page 5, I'm looking under other operating expenses, landfill post monitoring. 25 was 9,600, actual was 72, and then it's now bumped up to 12,000.
Plans.
And I
Where-
know-
What page is that, Sid?
Page 5,
Page 5,
under
Landfill
general
post.
operating budget,
yeah,
yeah,
Oh, landfill.
Oh,
landfill post
gotcha.
monitoring. Right, it was 96, actual was 72, now it's up to 12,000.
is
Yeah,
that the
it
new
was 12
person
last
taking
year.
over, or?
no, I think it's probably where the landfill used to be by Salty Field would be my guess.
And I know when we did the field expansion, there's where we pushed the bank back, there was 2. One of them got taken out.
Monitoring wells?
Yeah, Jackie checked with whoever it was, and the person she checked with, the one that got basically taken out, they said they recommended, I don't know how the system works, but they were gonna recommend that one get deactivated or whatever the terms are for it. So I don't know if you're getting rid of one, I would think that would bring the cost
Down.
down, not up.
Um,
So I'm not sure, I mean,
Yeah,
Jackie,
what they have to do is they have to go to all those monitoring tubes and sample groundwater and stuff,
right,
take tests, I don't know. Losing one didn't make that much difference, but
okay.
they're all around that site, up the hill and back
Yeah.
there.
I'm just not sure what the big jump, why it went from 9,600 to 12,000 when the actual was
7,300.
actually a couple thousand less than 25's. I don't know if there's a reason for the jump or,
I don't,
They had it at 12 last year, and it's 12 again
Yeah.
this year.
we don't know what the actual for,
this year was, unfortunately, last budget cycle, we had at least the first quarter. that's how the town manager did it for us.
Yeah.
She gave us the first quarter, so we at least had an idea of how the spending was going that year. So I honestly don't know how the fiscal budget, do you, I mean, do you,
I can
do
Printed,
you,
or I don't know what.
no, but I'm just saying, do you think,
But
To be on the safe side, I think we ought to just leave it.
Yeah, I don't wanna change it until we know why
Yeah.
it went up, but that
well,
would just
next year will be
something,
something to, yeah.
something to check, yeah, for next year, just to keep an eye on.
And then, I had Orange County Sheriff, I just highlighted it, 110,000, that's just the current contract, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I figured, 3/4 time is what they're doing now.
Okay, animal control,
This is where I definitely had, I put this one in red, I didn't even highlight it. Child care contribution. It went from $44 to $440, I'm guessing that was a typo.
Oh my, yeah.
I'm guessing the decimal went one to the right.
Seems like a lot, seems a whole bunch
Yeah.
of silly things.
Right under animal control.
Yeah, under
Yeah.
child care contribution was $44, $440.
yeah, cause 26 is,
yeah, I see what you're saying.
26 and
It must have
27,
been.
Okay, so let's make sure that goes back to $44, unless there is a legitimate reason why it went up to 440. I've done typos in my life, I understand.
What's the child care contribution? I'm just kinda curious.
I think that's the state requires that from
State,
everybody.
yeah.
Yeah, state law now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's,
Yeah,
every employee has to pay it.
Oh, that's the one, oh, that's, okay. Well, it was under animal control, so I
Yeah,
guess.
no, it's just everything.
Well, I believe, it sounds like it's placed properly then.
yeah, it comes out of wages.
Yep,
Yeah.
okay, gotcha, I'm following you.
They're feral.
Okay.
Well, that reduced it by, $400
$400
roughly.
Hey, 400 here, 400 there. It all adds up. Okay,
$396 later.
alright. So
That's why we're here, is those
Good.
small little typos.
ambulance,
That was pretty consistent.
total, yeah, total
So you
ambulance.
take that $400 off there, same as last year.
Right.
From 14.8 to 15.2, when it's 400, you're back.
Yep. Okay, let's see. 10 pages.
I don't think,
It was the same.
yeah, same there.
Well, ambulance actually went down like a couple $100.
Same as last year.
It was same as last year.
Same as
I'm looking at the wrong one. I'm looking down at, there's two,
The actual, you were looking at the actual fiscal year probably.
yeah, down,
And then you were looking at budgeted 2025.
Yeah. okay,
And
Yep.
then
okay.
public safety building,
The heat and
Under-
propane went up
yeah, quite a bit.
Total public, I was looking at public safety.
$2,000, which isn't surprising, but
Well, and
remember
that,
William said they were taking it out of the fire department and putting it in
Yeah.
the public safety.
that's where that difference was, yep, okay.
so same with well, my question is heat fuel pellets. In 2025, it was $5,000. They spent 3,100 on pellets. It was budgeted for 7,000. And again, I don't know what anything was spent in 2026, but it's still continuously $7,000.
Right,
Is
but
7,000 a lot for? I don't know what they're paying in pellets now.
bulk, I don't buy
I don't-
mine in bulk
I
unless you
don't-
talk a pallet, but yeah.
Yeah, I do a
That
pallet,
pallet's
a
what,
pellet.
$250?
Yeah, it's about 300 something.
Is it up
284.
now?
326
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what I pay.
326?
a ton.
Yeah.
Still paying the 280s.
They're going,
Huh?
Okay.
Yeah,
Better
I'm
than
still
us.
paying the 280s.
537.
I just didn't know if it
Must be
was,
nice. But you, if it,
Yeah.
yeah,
my question is, are we actually spending near the 7,000? Or is it
but
considered
if,
closer to the
if that was added from the fire department to the ambulance, everything's gonna double anyways. Didn't William say,
I don't know if that had to do with the heat though.
that's part of the heat?
It was a propane, it was a propane that was added.
314?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
that-
I'm like,
that-
wait a minute, it was 284.
The propane
I was gonna
generator,
say.
propane for generator was
I
added.
mean, I buy mine, cause
That went
I
up
just go down to
$2,000.
Tractor
was taken
Supply and
out
buy a
of the-
ton of them.
Fire
Yeah,
department.
He's
I
like,
get mine
I-
4 at a
So it's
time
at
down at
2,000.
Home Depot.
Right,
Well, as far as the wood pellets go, I don't know.
I mean, like I said, the 2025 budget was 5,000. They spent, or we spent 3,100, then it went up to 7,000. I don't know what we've actually spent last cycle.
It'd be nice to see a couple years prior,
yeah, I'd have to really go back, well, hold on.
just to see if there's a pattern of it staying, you know, of that, not just 1 year, you know.
Right. Well, I'm sure it continues that.
Hold on, I can probably look
I
back.
finally went through and cleaned out all my files I had. My office was a mess, I had more town stuff here than anything, so. I set out and fed my outside burner one day.
Put them all in there.
Yeah, I have one packet, this one.
Kept it warm again.
Whatever's left over gets rolled into next
Each
year's
one I have,
taxes.
oh yeah, all my file
Yeah.
cabinets are full, my God. Why you keep this, I don't know.
Well, I will say, so the budgeted for 2024 was 5,000, correct? And then in full 2024, they spent 9,700.
Oh.
So 7,000 is probably fairly accurate.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That year went really high.
Depends how cold the winter is, right?
Well, it's winter right now, so.
Started early this year, so.
Yeah,
Better
yeah.
not touch
Okay,
that.
yeah,
That makes
okay.
sense.
If you're looking at 20 degrees and if you consider it warm,
Yeah,
Yeah, December's been, so far it's been pretty
brutal.
cool.
Colder than normal, I think,
Yeah.
for the most part.
anyhow.
Okay.
Go through the fires, so rid of that.
I think that's, is that,
I think that's it. And if my math was correct, so everyone knows, it's an increase of 5.23%
for general?
for all, everything, fire and general.
Oh,
Yeah, so, yeah, general fund. Fire general fund.
5 what?
5.23%.
What were we in the highway?
Highway, according to my math,
5.7.
again, don't quote me on the math, this is just Excel, was 5.84%.
Under 6% on both.
Yeah.
Shouldn't get shot for that, I don't think. Highway.
Compared to the education?
Right.
Lack thereof.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right, I did say that.
So is everybody good with the budget?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that was, right, the only,
We just
well,
have a
we
few
saved
places.
$400 on the decimal point there, but, you know.
Hey,
So, I think we covered the town report things, so we don't need to worry about that. So you've got these adjusted numbers, what we just did?
Yeah, I wrote it down.
So you could just readjust this to?
Yeah.
to that, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that takes care of that, and we got audit review. Jen, you wanna explain this to us?
That's all Greek to me.
Would be greatly appreciated.
They don't do a quick, like, 1-page overview of what they found.
They're more than willing to come in and talk to you about the audit.
hopefully it's not as long as this.
Yeah.
We didn't have any findings, how's that?
That's a good start.
That
That's-
is really
That's
good.
that's the best way to start it, there we
Yeah.
go.
So, okay.
No action taken.
Do you, I mean, I guess I'll just, if this might be simpler, like, do you know how much, what's the percentage of things that they pick through? If you know,
I don't know what the percentage is, I could ask,
okay,
I could ask them.
yeah. And of, you know, percentage of what, cause they just randomly pick from different areas, right?
From each department, like, you know, like payables, receivables,
Okay.
taxes,
So they do whatever,
grand lists. Yeah.
6% from each,
I'm guessing it's 6%,
okay,
but I can ask.
yeah.
That's what I heard before, we was talking
Yeah.
about it.
Be good to know just what. Yeah, cause there's a lot in this packet.
And there, if we go look on page number 3, what that says. I just read it, I'm like, oh yeah,
Is this
exactly.
what goes into the town report?
Like page 3 from the top,
Just
Yeah,
the
it's like page
first
3.
few pages,
Oh,
the
page
audit
3.
goes up on the list.
Restrictions.
It just says what it's intended
Oh,
for,
okay, I didn't-
our eyes only,
Just our,
instead of
So
every
you will tell
Joe
us what
Small.
needs to go in.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay, so that, does that mean we shouldn't discuss this in,
Hey, I just read it and I'm like, alright, I'm thinking.
I was talking to Barb.
sorry.
Sorry.
Clayton just pointed out that page 3 says that restrictions on the use of this information is intended solely for the select board and management of the town, and is not intended to be, and should not be used by anyone other than these specified parties. Does that
I
mean,
noticed it's still, she's always put it in the town report,
okay, that's fine,
so.
I'm fine with it, I just,
No, I just, I, right, I just,
In the past, they put it on their town webpage too, so after reading what you just read, I asked her not to put it on there until we had a chance to look through it.
gotcha.
Cause those letters go in the town report. I put the audit up on the website, I haven't done it yet.
Okay. Present fairly. Okay, so it looks if, well, it says there's a lot of page 1s on here, but this says to the board selectmen opinions. In our opinion, the accompanying financial statements referred to above present fairly in all material respects. The respective financial position of the governmental activities, the business type activities, each major fund and the aggregate remaining fund information of the town as of June 30th, 2025. Cash flows thereof for the year then ended in accordance with accounting principles generally accepted in the United States. So that makes it seem like it's, like you said, all good?
Yeah, that's
what
their
they found.
standard
Yeah,
letters that they send out.
okay. Now I'm just trying to, let's see. Cause it seems like they have a lot of definitions of words and things in here.
Yeah, that's how they have to follow their accounting guidance.
Okay.
well,
But it's really
It-
all
it
what's in their
eliminates getting
regular financials.
there. Yeah. Somebody else's idea of misdrawing what that word means.
Right.
That's good.
According to this on, page 8, looks like you got a deficit of 62,000.
Let's see. Page 8.
Net position beginning of year, 66,244,000. Go down to 6,181,000.
No. Okay, I see that now. Net position beginning of year, net position end of year. Okay. Yeah. So their find is showing that we basically are negative $62,000. Is that what that means?
What page are you looking at?
Page 8. Right. You have general revenue and then expenses, the total revenue for 4 million, total revenue is 4,522,000. Total expenses 4,584,000. So change in net position, there's the 62,517, and that's would be negative, right? Cause the expenses are more than the revenues,
Correct.
yeah. Now, is that just because of basically overspending the budget?
I think
Well,
it's
the
a portion
position
we
may
had to
have
pay
changed
for
then because of
FEMA.
FEMA.
It's a FEMA part that we had to pay to contribute.
Okay, so the 10% we had to kick in or whatever,
Yeah.
okay, that makes sense. Okay. Oh, FEMA disaster recovery,
Yeah,
61.
61,713, so
Yep, so that's
that
pretty
kinda
close to that.
watches that,
yeah, okay,
and that brings it into tight perspective.
yeah, that's much closer.
Yeah, by about $800.
I'd
Okay,
say that's pretty good.
that's not bad.
Yeah, out of $6 million.
Yeah, okay, that's pretty good. That's way closer than I thought.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Alright, so general fund budgetary highlights, miscellaneous. I mean, I wouldn't think it would be a bad idea to have them come discuss this stuff with us at least once, so we really know what we're looking
You
at.
would do a phone conference, definitely.
No, that's fine.
I wouldn't mind
No,
learning more
no, trust
about
me,
this.
this is,
Well, because we're gonna get questions come town meeting day anyways.
Yeah,
What about if we had come to July 12th meeting?
The
January?
January
Meeting,
12th?
January.
You're pushing her
July.
on.
I think he would have to
We
do a
want
phone
warmer weather.
conference, cause he's out of Laconia, New Hampshire. So he'd have to do a phone conference, but that's
That'd
fine.
be good, Aaron.
I mean, we could probably set up a
Zoom.
Yeah, we could do that, yeah.
I gotta figure that out anyway, so. So maybe check with them and let us know.
Sure.
It might not, you guys might have another meeting separate from the regular meeting.
no, we can,
It might be a little hard to do that in the regular meeting.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
We can do it here and just, that way everybody can hear it better and stuff.
Let's see.
Monday nights work better for everybody, or what?
Mostly for me, Mondays are okay.
The Monday after the select board meeting following Monday.
After,
Is that the
after the
19th?
12th?
Yeah.
So the
So
19th,
Is that the
19th, something like
19th?
Martin
looks,
Luther King Jr. Day?
works fine for me as long, yeah, that could be a holiday for them, but that would be the only potential.
I mean,
I'm just saying that
works for me.
yeah,
That way,
I could ask him.
we could do it earlier, like at 7 or something like that.
yeah, that works.
7 works better for you, right?
Yeah.
We'll see if we can set up for the 19th at 7.
Okay,
We'll do it right here.
alright, sure.
Meantime, people can look at it and
Yeah.
mark up any questions you have. At that time, the new manager will be here too, so
Yeah, he'll get a look at
You'd
it.
have a
you
couple
can
of
get
weeks under
prepared
his
for
belt.
town meeting. Any questions you're gonna get fired at him? Is everybody good with that? Just
Yeah,
leave it like that and look at it, get the questions you get lined
yeah,
up.
this is definitely
Okay, that will take care of the,
$796.
we have,
Actually, that's
we have a
$796
personnel issue that we need
out
to
of 6
discuss in
million.
executive session, so.
Okay.
Thank you for the others coming, and
Oh, sorry, I just pulled myself up.
I'll make a motion to adjourn for a minute.
I'll ma- I'll make a motion to take a 5-minute break.
I second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye,
Alright,
Scott said aye too.
9:20.
Do you want any goodies? I'll take them back.
executive session.
I'll make the motion to go into executive session.
Time is 9:25.
And I'll second it, and it's for a personnel issue.
Motion made, seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
1 second, Larry. Okay, so we're out of executive session. I'd like to make a motion to mail Romer Schneider a letter rescinding his appointment on the Williamstown Planning Commission.
I second that.
Motion made and seconded, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed?
I make a motion that we adjourn the meeting.
I'll second that motion.
Motion made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.